Hello, this is Joseph again, here with a tutorial about troubleshooting power seats. My previous video was about analyzing how the power seats work. Remember, we had three motors, and there are no resistors in series with these motors. That means we will not lose any voltage, or we will not limit the current. So what you get is full voltage at the motor coming from the B+. Let's first analyze it. Now, what do we do if our power seats does not work in vertical position? Let's first go up and down. Okay, in the front. Remember, there's three possibilities: seat working horizontal, seat working vertical front, seat vertical rear. So we have to see which one is working, which one is not working. Let's say as we said before, let's say our seat is not working in the front, vertical up position. In order for that to happen, we're going to go over here. We have to have this working and not this. So therefore, following the current again from B+, these are not activated, these are not activated, but this is the only one that's activated. Therefore, it's going to go like this. It should go like that. Back to this, back to ground. Now, if the other ones are working, so we know obviously the fuse is good, because obviously the other positions are working. This is horizontal is working, and the other vertical for rear is working. So we know we isolated the schematic to this part of it. Basically, we can say, you know what, 12 volts over here. As you see, 12 volts over here. If I'm connected over here to B+, I should measure 12 volts, which I have drawn over here. If I do not get 12 volts over here, that means this switch is not closed, is not active, or it means 0 volts over here. I could have a shorted motor, which I doubt very much, but you could have a wire going from here to ground, which could happen. Anything is possible in automotive. So in other words, if I have 0 over here, that means first thing is, when I want to go, I want to find this point, if I can. And all you're going to see is motors on the back of this of the seats. I'm going to go over here. Should I measure 12 volts over here? Well, I must have 12 volts because the other ones are working. Therefore, I'm going to go right here. First shot right over here to the motor. Do I have 12 volts? If I have 12 volts over here, that means this switch is good. What about this? This went back to ground. Maybe the ground has opened or more resistance. So we go over here and we measure how much we have over here. Theoretically, it should be 0 volts because the ground is 0. If it's higher than that, that must mean a higher resistance path or something. But if the higher resistance path would be here, it would have an effect on all the other ones, because this is common to all of them. So we can't say really it's the ground. We can say either the motor obviously is not spinning or the switch. Going the other way around, how about nothing works? If nothing works, then neither horizontal works, nor vertical works, none of these are working. These three motors are working. First shot, we wouldn't go over here. We would not go over here. We would not go over here. We look at the ground, which is common, and the fuse, and over here, and over here. This could be connected, could open, or the fuse. And remember, when you take a fuse, measure the resistance from here to ground. You should not have 0 ohms. That will blow the fuse again, so don't do that. So that's why I said use a variable 12-volt power supply, which I have spoken about many times in my videos. For accessories, you don't need to crank engine. All you need is about 12 volts, and you see the current change. And so we said 12 volts over here, and you should have 12 volts over here, and 0 volts at ground. Now, going the other way, let's say horizontal, my seat doesn't work. I try to move it horizontally, no effect. We can't say it's the fuse because all of them wouldn't be working. We can only come to one conclusion, that maybe the switch is not good or the motor is not good. Therefore, we have to measure, first point to measure, right here at the motor, 12 volts. If I get 12 volts over here, that means this is good. Now we isolated the problem from here. And therefore, probably something is wrong with the motor. It can't be the ground, because ground is common. It would affect all of these circuits. Therefore, I hope you understand the troubleshooting and you can analyze the circuit. I'm going to have another video later on, and hopefully one day we're going to go under the hood to identify the components, electronic components and sensors, and I hope that will be very helpful. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.